Hello friends, welcome. In this Java tutorial, I'm going to continue with the topic of access modifiers in Java. So in my previous tutorial, I had explained the need of access modifier and the four types of access modifiers. If by any chance you missed that video, you can go back and watch that video. Okay. So today we'll get to learn about two access modifiers, the private one and the default one. Okay. So let's start with the private one. Okay, so if a class member like field or method or constructor has a private access modifier, that means it can be accessed only within that class and nowhere else. Okay, so let's look at to the example. Okay, so we have our class here, private method class. Inside this, we have one field, integer I, it is initialized to 10, and then we have a private method named show. We are printing out one statement inside this, so that's it. Okay, so this class is ending here. Now here comes our main class. Okay, private method example, that's the name of the class, and here is our main method. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create an object of this private method class. Private method class p1 equal to new private method class. Okay, so object creation gets successful. Now I'm trying to print the value of this private field, which is I. So this time you can see some compile time error I am getting. I cannot be resolved to a variable because it is not visible. Since it is private, it's not able to access that field. Okay, even though both are in same package, it's not able to access it. And the next line, I'm trying to call the method show p1.show. Okay, so but this also is giving me the compile time error. Says the method is not visible. Change the visibility to default. Okay, so this is the example. So this clearly shows that we can't access the private members from outside of the class. Okay, now let's move to the second one. So that is the default one. Okay, so default access modifier, or it is called as package access modifier as well. So by the name itself, it clearly shows that the class member can be accessed within that package. Okay. Okay, so before moving to the package type access modifier, let's take another example with the constructor. Last time we saw with the field and the method. Let's have an example of private constructor. So this is another class, and here is a constructor, private constructor class. It has the same name. So its access modifier is private, and it doesn't has anything. We just kept it as blank. Okay. Now here is our main method, and this is the public class. So inside this, I'm trying to create an object of this class, of our class which is having a private constructor. Okay, so I have given this statement p1 equal to new private constructor class, but it shows us some compile time error because object creation is not allowed. The reason is that since the constructor is private, it can't be called from outside of the class. So it doesn't allow object creation as well. Okay. So this concept is used in singleton class as well. That's some advanced concept, but you can keep a note of this. So an object cannot be created of this class. If you want a class to not have an object, you can create a private constructor for that to achieve that task. Okay. So this is all about private constructor. Now let's move to the package type access modifier. Okay, so for this example, let me show you the packages. Okay, so I have two packages. One is package 1, another is package 2. Inside package 1, I have three class 1, 2, 3, and class 1 is the main class that I will be trying to access from all other. And we have another package, package 2, it has class 2. Okay, so now let's move to class 1. So what it has, simply it has a field integer I equal to 10. It has a method void show. There is no access modifier for this like public, private, protected. So this is default. Default means package, so it can be accessed within the package. And inside this method, we are just printing out a statement. Okay. So now let's move to the class 2.java, which is defined in the different package. You can see first line defines the package. It has to be first line always. Package 2. And since we want to access the class of another package, we need to import the package. For that, the syntax is import the package name dot asterisk. It will import all the classes inside that package. Okay, so here is our class which has a main method, public static void main. So inside this, I'm trying to create an object. Okay, but the compiler doesn't allow me to call the fields using this object. So the object creation is done in this line. Object C1 is created. Now using C1, and I'm trying to access the field I, it doesn't has a visibility, so it shows the compile time error. The class field I is not visible. Similarly, when I try to call the method using this object, it gives me the similar kind of error. Okay, this method show is not visible. The reason is that because we are calling from a different package, package 2, we are trying to call a field or a method of a class which is inside package 1. That's why it is failing. Okay, guys. Okay, so now let's move to the other class, class 3, which is inside the same package. Okay, so here, since it is inside same package, using this class, you should be able to access the fields of the class 1. Okay, so this is the main method. Inside this, the object C1 is created, and using this C1, I'm able to print the field, and even I'm able to call the method show. Now let's try and run it. Run as Java application. Okay, so you can see it's printing out the values, the method of the value of I variable and the SOP statement, whatever we had given. Okay, so since it's inside the same package, it's able to access it. Okay, guys, so this is all about private and protected access modifiers. In my next tutorial, I'll show you about the other two access modifiers. Okay, so please keep watching. Please like the video if it helps. Please subscribe. Thank you.